Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Now there's a matter of Why Me. He's been living in Harare, Zimbabwe, and he's said to have been abducted by police officers from Zambia Police Service Headquarters. I think I've got some pictures here of CCTV where Why Me was last seen, and I hope to show you. Where are we concerned? If Why Me committed crimes of hate speech, get him for hate speech. No one has a right to take his life. But we have reports that on 9th June, after almost 9 days of being in detention with the police at Lilai, that Why Me either died in police custody. The same day, Ray Hamonga, police spokesperson, issued a statement and denied ever that there was an operation regarding Why Me. But we've been piecing information together. For example, there was a big bet that Why Me had gotten engaged to a young lady we've identified and had the privilege to speak to her just today. She's identified, her name is Lubuto Musonda, and there was an engagement that took place and that rings, and apparently a passport was issued for Why Me. This is a passport that was issued. I don't think a young lady has capacity to issue a passport, but a passport was issued for Why Me. I don't know if Why Me has no passport in Harare, but a passport was issued and the two were going to settle in Malaysia. And that was the link that someone went to pick Why Me to deliver this passport to him and the engagement ring. The young lady involved in this matter is this one. She lives in Kasama. We've identified her. We've identified her parents, her step-parents. She's a real person where she works. We've identified, we don't know if she's a victim or not, but so far the story appears like it could be a big trap. But she swears, as I spoke to her today, that she got engaged to Why Me. She's had a relationship for 1 year, and the issues of passport and rings for her, were just delivered to our uncles in Kasama. But the state becomes an interested party because Koswe began to track when Why Me was picked from, they are alleging that is Chirundu, the information we have that was picked from Harare by Police Service Headquarters. And they began to report about this matter. So did Kalemba. Kalemba was reporting about this matter very consistently. And you see the story of Kalemba. Of course, we're talking about that passport, that there was a passport that Why Me was lured that a passport had been made for her by the girl. Can that young lady have capacity to issue a passport in the absence of the state corporation? This passport, its issuance, it follows a very strict protocol. Koswe confirms that the girl got him a passport. You cannot get a passport someone who's not around. But there is a passport which they lured Why Me that they will grant him. Now, on the program here, I've got someone who used to call herself as mother to Why Me. She will remain anonymous, but she'll speak to us. My dear sister, please tell us what shall we call you? Anonymous?
Bana Why Me.
Bana Why Me. Bana Why Me. Tell us your story about Why Me. What do you know?
Okay. I've known Why Me for quite some time. I knew Why Me when he was still in Chirabombwe. So fast forward, the last time I spoke to Why Me was on a Sunday, the week before he was abducted. That was on, I think, the 1st of June, if I'm not mistaken. He called me and he said, Ma'am, kamu tumina phone. So I told him, I've been so busy. Nishi ulifia bwino. And he said, yeah, ndifia bwino na chapo kumeva good news. What good news? Nishi Aisa. And then he said, oh, nadi twale nsalamu, na twatele nsalamu kuisa, nadi twale nsalamu kuli lubuto. Nati ushole sekafia na kuli serious because vafia shinshabe ngasapoka insalamu kuli weni shwikala kubendo. And then he said, we because kashana lubuto ali shupa, atindela sana na kashana pa my Facebook na pa my TikTok. So I therefore I'm showing a commitment. So my question was, niba na ndabo bene watu mini aba tuele insalamu atawe na litwa abashukombe balitwala insalamu na watu mine ndalama balipira na 2,500, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Balipira na 2,500 di balitwala ku Kasama pa hotel. So I was like, does that make sense to you? That's why I was like, why me for the land that Filipanga sense? Now, so if you don't have a careful, she don't shall Kashi or Kubushta trap. And then I'm going to talk to Why Me as a person. I've been talking to Why Me for a very long time, and it's just unfortunate that the whole world has believed that Why Me was being used by politicians, which is not the truth. Because Udiomwana, I started calling him my son because I used to counsel him. I used to talk to him. And most of the viewers who used to follow him will agree with me that towards the end, he had stopped insulting. Because I used to make time to talk to him and lecture him and also tell him about life. Tell him, Ukutukana takes over. That child was traumatized. We don't want to add traumatized. He's going through a lot. And you know, when you are so traumatized, we bleed differently. I'll be honest with you, Ambassador, when the conversations that I've had with Wani, apparently, he doesn't even know some of the leaders that he used to talk about. He doesn't. That child, if he committed any crime, because he needs rehabilitation, he needs therapy, he needs counseling. The child is broken.
Now,
So
my
why
sister,
we
we guide the talk. There are rumors. He's literally disappeared from Harare. That was the last time he was seen. And since 1st June to date, his whereabouts are unknown. There are reports that he could have died. So what was your last conversation and follow-up conversation? Who is this young lady that he is said to have engaged? What is this story of the passport, rings, engagement? And from your knowledge, his last disappearance and when you last spoke to him, just give us some insights there.
Okay, the last conversation I had with him was about the same engagement. And he did mention to me that he had engaged a girl called Lubuto, who lives in Kasama. So apparently, Lubuto, Waime's stepsister, Shansi, had also traveled to Kasama to go and be a witness for that engagement. So that is the conversation I had about him. So the time that I heard that he had disappeared, apparently I had the phone number for the so-called fiancée. I called her to ask her what was going on. The girl literally refused that she knew nothing about it. And after asking so many questions, there's a day I asked her to say, can you reveal your true identity? Where do you work? She herself told me she works for OP. And that is where I was like, okay, could it have been a trap or what? Otherwise, all this time, Waimi was just okay. Everything changed after the engagement. So about the passport, I'm not too sure about it, but when I asked the girl about the ring, she told me she remained with one ring. She's the one who went to buy the rings. She went with one. She remained with one ring, and one of the rings, which was meant for why me, the sister got it.
When I spoke to her, when I had the privilege to speak to her this evening, she tells me she works under a ministry, will not disclose, and the particular school she's identified will keep it quiet for now. But did she tell you that she works for the office of the president?
At first she mentioned that she used to work for that same school at a particular school, at a special school. But the day that Why Me disappeared, somebody told me that disappeared, and I kept calling her because I kept calling. I was like, "You're the only link that I know that can talk to Why Me, and you're the last person I believe spoke to Why Me, because she told me she spoke to Why Me on the fateful day that he was abducted around 1 p.m., 13 hours Zimbabwean time. And according to the rumors, when he was arrested, was abducted around 3 p.m. So she's the person I kept calling, trying to get information from. And she said about she mentioned about the ring, but she never said whether she sent somebody to take the ring to Why Me or anything like that.
To your knowledge, how did Why Me go missing from the information, since you used to interact with him?
To my knowledge, because I talked to a few of his friends, I believe that Why Me was home the whole morning of that fateful day, and then he left. When he left the house, he disappeared around 3 p.m. and around 23 hours, the friends and the neighbors started panicking because Why Me never went back home late. So how he disappeared, I don't know. I'm just getting rumors that he was abducted.
Okay, he disappeared from where?
From where he lives. He used to live in Harare, Zimbabwe.
Okay. That's a confirmation
Yes.
I want. And the role of this young lady, do you think she collaborated with the state, or what is she telling you?
Well, when you look at the way the events have unfolded, somehow it's also pointing at her, because it's the time that she came in his life, in the picture, that everything changed about Why Me. Because a person who's been in exile, a person who's been missing, or say, why would you suddenly start thinking of getting married? How do you get married to somebody you've never even met? Because if he says he's known Why Me for 1 year, meaning they've never met in person. So to me, I feel like the girl knows something about it. She was just being used, or maybe she was paid to do that. But I feel that she's the link between the state and the disappearance of Why Me.
Do you speak to her?
Yes, I do.
Can you speak to her, please? Maybe she can come and tell us a story, because her fiancé is missing, and her fiancé has been missing since 1st June 2025.
I will definitely speak with her, and I believe if she's genuinely the fiancé, and if she's got nothing to do with this, she'll be able to come out and tell us her side of the story.
Yeah, because it's very clear we need to raise a lobby about this matter. You cannot have the state disappear people. That's a huge human rights, abuse. Not just an abuse. These are things that take presidents to the Hague. People don't realize how serious this matter is. It's not enough that we have extrajudicial killings, but we should never have people abducted by the state disappear literally out of this earth. What have they done with the body if he died? If he's alive, why aren't they bringing him to the people? Why are they denying that they are having him? These patterns have reached a level Zambia doesn't know, and it's very alarming.
Yes.
What would you say about Why Me before I let you go?
What I'll just say about Why Me, I know everybody has painted Why Me because he used to insult. But when you get to Why Me, when there's a Why Me and there's a Francis Kapwepwe. A Francis Kapwepwe is a very reasonable child, very respectful, and very intelligent child. That boy had two characters. He had the Why Me and the Francis Kapwepwe. So my appeal is whoever is holding on Francis Kapwepwe, can they release him? Or if he has any crime, can he be taken to court? And I pray that he's still alive and he's still in good shape so that you also give him an opportunity to prove himself. The child needs help. The child needs counseling. The child needs rehabilitation. He's a broken child. That's what I can say about him.
Do you think he's alive? What's your feeling? What are you hearing?
Well, my intuitions feel is like he's no more.
What gives you that indication?
You know, whereby we know and we believe that Francis is missing and he was abducted. And when you trace the stories, you can tell that somebody took him and probably they've killed him. That's why they've silenced him. Because if he was merely arrested, they should have given, they should have issued a statement. So if the state has got nothing to do with this and we've been crying for it, why have they instituted some investigations to find out whether the allegations that he was abducted are true or not, so that the world should know? So I feel like something bad has happened to him.
Okay. My dear sister, thank you. I recognize you are at work. Please go back and work. I might need you to come and discuss this particular matter of Why Me. It's worrying, and we have to put the state on the spot. They need to answer what it is that is happening.
Thank you so much, Ambassador. Thank you for your time.
And thank you for your courage. And thank you for being a mother to that young man. We hope that you would have become better with people like you counseling him.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Where have you seen the person to bring the Salam project?
Wait, that's the question that needs an answer.
No, you need to respond, not to question us.
Look, how did the police know that he was going to collect a ring? Like Alaf Mapopanga somewhere.
Okay.
How did they know that?
Question. I'm ready to respond.
Priscilla. Do you know where Why Me is? Since Nkataba Muikete, do you know where Why Me is?
Because I should put a ring.
Niku is so bad. Why Me? Where is Why Me?
Answer the question.
Answer the question. Comprehend. So where is Why Me?
Prince.
You all and that. Now Mumona Kokoba Muchire comprehend Why Me. So where is Why Me? Since where's your PNC?
No.
She can't even
Charles, listen. Charles. Kashana, when I got the message of like ECL, I put on my status, I said, I hope it's not true. What did she do? She responded and said, don't worry, mommy. He's very safe where he is.
Where is she?
So I said, who? What are you talking about? And she didn't respond.
It's all about this woman.
I always told Why Me. Your girlfriend what stop this.
So there is a parallel universe called TikTok. It's a very vibrant network. All of us should begin to migrate there other than Facebook. I recognize that Zambia is a Facebook country, but TikTok is also growing and we ought to be there. So that group had called the fiancée to Why Me, and they put her to strict questioning, as you heard in the interaction. This is after Why Me disappeared, and they were asking hard questions. How come the engagement took place at a hotel? Why did you bring your so-called parents? or uncles to Urban Hotel. There's a new hotel at Kasama Golf Club, Urban Hotel. You know, it's in Lusaka as well, and Ndola, and now in Kasama. It's an entity owned. ZCCMIH has invested, I think, about 35% in that entity. So that engagement for Why Me and this girl that he met on social media took place at Urban Hotel, and this family was asking the fiance. So the fiance is identified and privileged to speak to her today. She has denied any links with the state or the police. She said for her the engagement was true. And I asked about the passport. She had no knowledge of the passport, but she had knowledge of the rings that apparently Why Me bought and gave her. And the police that went to pick him up apparently told the story in Harare that they had brought his passport, apparently didn't have a passport, and that they had brought his rings from his engagement from Kasama. And that's how Why Me went there, and that was the last time he was seen. We have seen the footage. I was trying to upload it, the footage of Why Me, you know, with the last police officers that picked him up. You can see some figures there, and that those are the suspected people that picked him up. And of course, where Kalemba, CIC were reporting minute by minute, and then they just dropped out. And Ray Hamonga, police spokesperson, has denied any knowledge. The UPND are saying Why Me used to insult the president, so why are you worried about his life? Life is sacred. Life is sacred. You don't have to be his sponsor or his compassion person to worry about any life, because Why Me was a critic of the president, so why would you take his life? Is that what we'll do to critics? So people that criticize, their lives must be taken away? Don't we have laws? If someone has stepped out of bounds and are operating outside the law, for those laws to deal with, do you have to take their life? So that matter is important.
More news to come, my lovely viewers. Make sure you subscribe to this channel by hitting the red subscribe button down below, and also turn on the bell icon to join the notification squad. For now, I'm out. Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.